we're not high. The camera was a bit high. Morning musings from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. Oh boy, I got a comment that I just saw from an artist who has been completely locked in a creative block for quite a while. And this is for you, my dear. The thing is, coming to a place when you are from a serious creative block where you go in and paint a little and then you're like, and you just kind of turn away. And then you come and you turn away and you do things to create, like you said in your comment, you even went and got a separate studio space and put everything in there, and your paintings are languishing away. I love that word, by the way. Thank you. It's been a while since I've used that word. And generally, what happens is the more we are pushed away from our artwork and that sense of creativity, the worse it gets. And oddly enough, right? Today, because remember, I've been talking about that I haven't been painting this sheep painting. I'm just not there. I'm elsewhere. I've got so many things going on, and I just can't come in here and relax and paint and be that creative, artistic self that that I love to be. I love it when that happens. The more we step away from the idea of creativity, the more blocked we become. It is a fact. I mean, well, it is a fact with me. I can't say that for everybody. How do you get over it? It just happens that before sitting down here, I actually came and did a video talking about procrastination, about being disconnected, about not feeling the creativity, about how easy it is the longer I step away from painting in general to just like step away. Like maybe I'm done with this whole painting thing. Maybe I just need to go do something else. And you know, I'm not going to say that that's not a valid thing to do, and that for some people that is the thing to do. And on the other hand, because I had been thinking and feeling the same thing, I kind of today decided that I would take, remember I mentioned this yesterday, 15 minutes. 15 minutes of doing something, of just painting anything, of just pulling out my palette, refixing the studio. That always helps me with creative blocks, temporary ones. I would say the rearranging the studio. The deeper creative blocks are I could rearrange a studio 100 times and probably wouldn't do very much. So one of the best practices for me is to let go. Let go of the idea of feeling that creativity. Just don't even think about it. Get out of where this creativity lies, where it ignites and sparks us, and, just get practical. And getting practical is one of the strongest kickstarts for me personally on reigniting all of the beautiful creativity happening up here, right? And I have decided, and thank goodness I did a little video today. It'll be up on the YouTube channel probably later on today, where I just put on my timer for 15 minutes and painted for 15 minutes. Literally, you guys, without the expectation that I would get lost in that creative practice, that I would just like be reignited, reconnected to the creative energies happening in this tiny little studio, right? Physically in the tiny little studio, but mostly in this tiny little studio. And it has to do with actually doing the practice. So maybe one option for you is to let go of, yeah, you set up this space. Yeah, you know, you've got everything there. And yeah, you think if you just kind of fix the outer space, it'll connect you to your inner creative channel. What if you let go of that idea, just kind of said, okay, yeah, I would love to be there, but right now I'm not there. So what are some other alternatives that I can do that will kind of just keep those coals burning? Okay? So many times we go through a very powerful emotional blow up. And boy, I really fully understand that. And it's almost painful to open up to the creativity, because when you are in an emotional space where you have been, and it could be that the act of allowing that creativity does somehow connect with a part of you that does not want to make that connection, that maybe it's like a self-protecting kind of energy. These are questions that you can ask yourself. For me, again, being an older person and not a youngin', things like this are pretty hard to wrap your mind across. But because we're, you know, we're kind of in the same age range, I think if you just set your timer for 15 minutes and you pulled out a blank canvas of something that you really don't care about, something that maybe just isn't you're not going to spend the time painting something significant there. Maybe that would be enough. You just pull it out, put your timer on for 15 minutes, and paint something. So depending, I don't know what kind of painting you're doing. If it's abstract, that's pretty easy because you can just kind of throw stuff out there and just do that. and oftentimes that's what I do, even though I enjoy this type of painting. So sometimes I'll just pull out a canvas and just throw paint on there when I'm really, really stuck. And I don't like what I'm painting. It's ugly. It doesn't work. There's no rhyme or reason or purpose to this painting. It's just kind of getting those emotions out. And that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is like what I did today. You can see in the video later on today, just coming in and 15 minutes, that's it. And then tomorrow, I'll do another 15 minutes, even if I don't feel like it, even if I cringe at the idea of doing it. I'll just do it anyways. And even if I'm just mixing colors and dabbling at the painting, the fact that I am in the act of painting, even if I put one little dot, nothing more, and I just kind of swish paint around on my palette, I am painting, right? I am there painting. I am one dot closer to this painting being finished. One dot, but one dot is something. Or I've got colors mixed on my palette, and maybe I don't like the colors, so I keep mixing and mixing and mixing. The act of mixing colors, the act of putting one little dot on that painting and maybe even scraping it off, the act of being connected to your painting is the key to releasing yourself from this very, very deep and difficult creative block that you happen to be in. And I encourage you to do any of these practices, whatever it is that feels oh gosh, I'm going to say something else. Not what feels the most comfortable. Maybe you should go with what feels the most uncomfortable. That might be something to look at, because oftentimes the things that we're really, really pushing against is pretty much where we need to go. So, Dinamo, I really, really encourage you to do that. And hey, I'm here for you. So you want to talk? Let's talk. Let's see if we can open up a little doorway in this space that you're in that's not working, that's dark. What I want to say is let go of the outer world, the outer, the studio over there with all the stuff there that's kind of saying, hey, here I am. When are you coming? And really turn it inwards. Just really turn it inwards. And that might mean for you that you do little drawings, little scribbles. Oh my gosh, even those, what are they called? Where you're just doing patterns like circles, and then something that has really nothing to do with creating form. Maybe even what you do is doing those mandala type drawings where you're just doing patterns over and over and over, because if you're into that kind of thing, because the practice of drawing the little circles around that center point and creating designs and doing it symmetrically has a way of just kind of, it's like painting a painting, even a bad painting, even one of those horrible paintings that that I do to help release a creative block. But sometimes I do sit down and do mandalas because everything being in its place is a feeling of organizing myself. That's what the mandala drawing practice is for me. It's a meditative 5 minutes, 10 minutes of putting everything in its place. And it kind of brings me back to my center and is very, very healthy for someone like me. So I don't know very much about who you are and don't know anything except for this beautiful comment that you wrote me. Thank you so much. I hope you don't mind me talking about it here. So go take a look at the video later on today, which will be on this topic. It's kind of interesting how I decided to do a video today on that, and then got your message. Very, very. I know you're going to find your way out of this creative darkness. And I'm here for you again. So with that, I am going to go on with my day, back to my writing. I've got, of course, 100 other things to do, but I did get this painting work done, and I'm really happy about the results. So I've decided that I'm going to go in and continue with just the little block by block by block that I've mapped out on this painting, and doing a more realistic style. I think that doesn't seem to fit with me, doesn't seem to work with me, but I'm going to do it anyways. And yeah, so I'm glad I did that. I'll do more again tomorrow. So you guys, I will see you all again tomorrow. Ooh, tomorrow I will be recording another podcast. Sadly not for art. I think we need to find, get some talking going here in this tiny little studio. If anybody would like to share their creative experience and sit with me, we can get a podcast session going, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So you guys, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day today, and I will see you all again tomorrow.